ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe. Sometimes.
Tell me about this. I want to know more.
Oh, yeah. No.
Holy cow.
We've had a lot of fun.
So I'm living back to school vicariously through you guys now. So what's happening? Catherine, have your kids gone back, or are you preparing?
We're starting to prepare. We had our various registration days. Just the other day, I took my son in for his, and this is where they get their ID and their Chromebook and schedule. So very important.
Yeah. Now he's starting junior high?
No,
Or is it middle school there?
He's going into 8th grade, so he's back in the same building
okay.
where he was for 7th grade.
All right.
And so far, the schedule is pretty good in terms of what he wanted. I notice he has almost entirely male teachers, which seems kind of like that's definitely never happened before. Even with my older child, it just kind of shook out that way. So we'll see how. I think it might be good. We'll see.
Yeah, probably like that.
Yeah. So we did our walking around the building. You know, we'll go from here, this room to that room to this room. Check out the locker. Yeah. So
I missed that.
I noticed I had a lot more steps that day than usual. Just from walking around.
You know, they should give everybody in high school or in school a Fitbit.
Right.
And then if you get enough steps during the course of your day, you don't have to take gym.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. I think my daughter was doing like 1.5 miles a day last year between campuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, that's your physical fitness component for the day is walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if you're lucky and all your classes in your locker are right next to each other, then yes, you go and you do track or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you're walking 5 miles just to get back and forth from things, you are exempt.
Did I tell you this story that my friend has that Life 360, on her phone where where you can see where your family members are, and she was getting a notification. This was when her son went to the school that my son is now going to.
Right.
And it was like he left the building. And then a couple minutes later, he returned to the building. And then a couple minutes later, he left the building. And on and on. And she's like, what is... Finally, she realized he was walking around the track. And it was just out of reach.
Oh, no.
So he was doing laps, and it was showing up as he left, he came back, he left, he came back.
Oh, my.
Aww.
I think it was his, after lunch, They send them outside. Funny. They don't have recess anymore, but they can do laps on the track, because that's fun. So, yeah, exactly. How about you, Nicole? What's back to school happening over there?
Well, we're kind of over the back to school stage and things are settling in. Kristen's writing her SAT for the second time tomorrow. So that's happening.
Fun times.
Good times.
That happens so soon after the start of school?
Well, they have several chances during the year to write it. So she wrote it back in February, I believe, or March. Mm-hmm. And then she wants to try it again. God knows why. It's a 6-hour exam. Like, who wants to do that? But anyway, these kids are just so, it's all about college because she's a senior right now. So this time of year is all about university and college applications and SAT scores and where are we going to get in. And so that's like the whole big issue and topic of conversation in our house. So it's just getting so competitive. So the kids are really trying to, better their profiles, I guess, for their applications. So she's doing that, and so we've been all consumed with, those big SAT books that are piled up around our house. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be so grateful when this is over. She's gonna do early applications, so once we get to Christmas, it should be all
How
taken care of.
crazy are the college applications?
Oh my
Is it?
gosh, you have no idea. I mean, the stuff that they want these kids to do, they have to jump through hoops. So they have, in addition to, listing out every single event in their life, they have to write they have to choose 4 prompts out of like a list of 20 and write, respond to these prompts. And they're just the most like, I don't know, like
Give us an example.
They're asking the kids to reflect on their life and how their leadership affected other people and changed for the better over time and raised awareness for the community and made change. And like, it's just, these kids are just teenagers still. I mean, come on.
Gosh, that's ridiculous.
They have not been president of the United States yet. Just give them a few more years.
Parents, can I say to you, if you are confronting this sort of thing, community colleges don't need all that crap.
Yeah, no.
You could just go. You can just go. You can fill out a form. You can sign a piece of paper. You can give them some money, and you're in. They could do that for 2 years, and then they can go on to the college.
Even the state schools are requiring more, like, because in California there's like 3 tiers of schools. So even the state school, which is kind of, I think it's a little bit, it's a 4-year college. So they're requiring these long essays analyzing the various aspects of your child's life.
Wow.
So, it's just so all-consuming. Anyway, I could go on, but we have a guest coming up this week, I believe, who's going to talk more about
a speed round guest
college applications. So, yes, you can hear me sigh and throughout the interview.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
Do you guys remember what it was like when we were going to college? Was it this complicated? I really don't remember. Maybe I've just blocked it out. It was so very long ago.
Well, at least now they have the common application, so you can... Right, Nicole? I mean, you can apply to a bunch of schools at once.
Yeah, that is true. But the different, like, there's a common app for our top tier universities, and then there's another app for the, you know what I mean? Like, there is one common app for a group of universities, but if you want to go to another group of universities, it's another common app. And then I believe the private schools, I think you still have to do your own application for each private school.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
For the privilege of giving them huge amounts of money.
Yeah, let's just say my daughter is not going that route.
Well, Laura, is the Canadian university similarly ridiculous with the applications? Or did they just say,
tell us
tell us about yourself, eh?
Exactly. Not even close. No. At least when my son applied several years ago to UBC, no, it was just, a few questions here and there and, show us your grades.
Right.
And that's about it.
Gosh, so much pressure. Stuff. I mean, so much pressure to, like, have a life that works for those applications.
Honestly.
Above and beyond having to fill them all out, to, like, know that you're going to have to fill them out, and so that you have to do things that will look good on those essays.
Yeah. I found that even for...
That's a lot of pressure.
Like, my daughter was invited to a meeting about the National Honor Society, and oh my gosh, like, it was so much stuff. I mean, beyond your good grades in your high level classes, you had to have, like, I think it was 4 different extracurricular activities, and you had to show a leadership role in all of them. It's like, how do they...
Oh, man.
When, how, and this was toward the end of sophomore year, and I was like, well, maybe by the end of her senior year, she could possibly cobble this together, but by then, wouldn't it be too late? Because she'd already have applied to college, so...
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like everybody needs to have those leadership positions. So what's the competition
so who's
going to be
actually
for?
do the work? You know, who's...
You have to find a bunch of, like, organizations filled with unambitious people.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, it's really over the top, and it's... I mean, I get it, but the competition is just so extreme, and the kids are cutting corners in order to have to do all of this stuff because, I mean, they're like Catherine said, they're being told early on that they need to be having a certain type of application, so their whole life is geared towards creating or being involved in activities that are, you know, suitable for the application. And in order to do that and fit all of that into their life, they're cutting all sorts of corners. And I mean, cheating is rampant. Like, it's just constantly you hear stories of cheating and just, you know, I mean, the kids are left often with, if they want to take all these classes and be involved in all these activities, how are they going to get all this work done? And so sometimes you're just like, okay, well, I kind of get that actually. Not that I condone cheating, but
yeah. And then, you know, what sort of, I don't know.
Anyways, it's a whole other story.
You know, whenever I feel sorry about roads not taken with my kids because of their learning issues, I hear stories like this and go, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah. I don't need to be part of
I
this.
never had to deal with any of that, and it was completely off the table. I feel pretty good that I got them. They at least went to community college, and that was fine.
Yep.
And that was a good experience, but boy, so much less difficult. So when I see the other kids having different experiences, I'm going to go,
yeah,
we got out of all that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yay for learning difficulties. Yay.
Well, should we jump into our...
I guess so. This has been your rant for the week.
That's right. We always like to kick it off
Nicole,
that
Terri,
way.
and Catherine.
We like to kick it off, and then we say hello and welcome to Parenting Roundabout, a weekly podcast about the things that parents are talking about, obsessing about, and complaining about. There you go. Right now. So I'm Catherine Haleko, and with me today are Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Terri Morrow.
Hello.
And today on the podcast, we're going to talk about parenting hashtags on our speed round, shout out some stuff we like on the Roundabout Roundup, and do some shameless self-promotion. But first, we are tweaking our LinkedIn profiles.
There needs to be like a parenting LinkedIn. Wouldn't that be good? Where you can like network with other parents and say, I see that you're good at this thing. Will you come and do this thing with my kids? And then I will go and do this thing with your kids.
Right.
We could network, you know?
Exactly.
If somebody's good at helping kids fill out college applications, they could, we could pay them to do that. And then we could go,
Teaching
in
kids
barter.
to drive would be a huge one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, all of us must have something that we could barter. And, we'll just trade. I'll sit in anybody's waiting room. You know, I'll take I'll take your kid to the doctor and I'll sit there for an hour and a half. If you will, teach my kid to drive.
Right.
So anyway, in my house, we've been having a lot of job applications lately, a lot of job forms filled out, a lot of resumes being tweaked, a lot of applications being filled in. And it's made me think about how we describe ourselves and, what our best qualities are, what we're looking for in our life's work. And I got to thinking about, what if parents had resumes? What sorts of things would we brag on about ourselves? What would we list as our accomplishments? If we had business cards, what would our parenting business cards say? I'm sure Catherine's would say something like, have van, will transport, or something like that. But Catherine, what sorts of things do you think that you have on your parenting LinkedIn profile?
Well, I think at this point in the parenting road,
literally road. In some cases.
Exactly. My title would probably be life coach because that's super ambiguous and made up. But yes. I feel like that at this point is what we are needing to do for our kids.
True.
How do you navigate stuff? How do you, just the other day, like you said, Terri, I was helping my daughter apply for a job and respond to an email that was, professional, that was related to this job position. And, she really needed me to help her know what to say and how to say it. And, that's the kind of thing that kids aren't exactly learning in school, right?
You're doing the hanging over the computer saying, type this, put it in your own words, but type this.
Right, but it should say this exactly.
Exactly. I can't sit down and type it for you.
Right.
That would be wrong.
But I can dictate. So, and, with my younger child, just I was talking to him the other day about balancing all the activities that he really wants to do in this coming year, along with some more challenging classes. And he said to me, well, I've heard that if you really want to be good at time management, you should do a lot of things. Or like people who are busy are better at managing their time. And I said, well, I think that's probably true. But, we also need to just be aware that all of these things that you're doing are going to take time. So you need to be prepared to deal with what that's going to mean for your, YouTube watching habits. So
going to put in a dent.
And it's kind of that teaching someone what to do while making it their idea.
Yes. That is a skill.
Yeah.
I have not quite mastered.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely still working on it.
Is that like hypnosis, perhaps? Or the power of suggestion?
Yeah, I think it's power of suggestion, maybe.
Professional persuader.
Right.
They'll think it's their own idea. I would contract with that person on LinkedIn. I would have them come over to the house because I got a few things. Does it work on husbands too?
I wish. That would be awesome. Yeah, so that, some sort of a life skill, life coach, secret motivator. That would be what I'm doing, not necessarily what I'm great at, but
yeah, well, life coach is a thing. That's a job people have.
I know. I still feel like it's a made up job, but still.
Yeah, but why shouldn't we get to make ours up too?
And then, fine. Subcategories include chauffeur, form filler outer. I'm very busy with that.
Definitely.
With that job a lot of the time. So that would have to be on there for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Know where to find the list of immunizations and what like these people. People want to know when was the last time your kid had a chickenpox vaccine? I'm like, well, it was 2010. I can find it.
And what month?
I can find it
and
if they need it. Believe me.
You save the old forms that were filled out with that information in a big pile of papers under a desk, and then when they need it, you spend 3 hours locating that stuff. I know it's here somewhere. I can find it. Excavation, professional excavator.
There you go.
That
could be on yours.
Yeah. Nicole, I bet yours includes medical researcher, right?
Sorry. That was kind of funny timing, but I was trying to laugh and then I coughed instead. Yeah, so I'm kind of medical researcher. You could use that, or holistic medicine, I suppose. Definitely a project manager.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely, whether it's overseeing the university applications or the acquisition of a new job for my son, or med school plans. I mean, it's all encompassing. So I would also call myself the handy person, jack of all trades, and available to fix your garbage disposal.
Oh goodness! I wish you looked closer to me.
put a light in your car, in your
Wow.
tail light.
Wow.
Put a bulb in your tail light. Just yeah. I mean, call me the, but I think
That is something I did not know
importantly-
about you, Nicole.
Oh,
Unknown depths.
when your husband travels for a living, you get used to doing a lot of stuff on your own. Fixing things. So definitely, I'm handy with a wrench and a screwdriver and a drill and a hammer. But, I think most importantly, I just want to say, whatever job you need, I am available 24/7.
Wow.
Day or night, I'm here.
All right, y'all. Hit Nicole up on Twitter. She'll be awake.
Yes.
I have this problem.
It doesn't seem to, time is not an issue when it comes to helping with problems.
Direct your inclusion questions to her when they're keeping you up in the middle of the night.
Yes, why not? Because chances are I'll already be up dealing with one of my kids.
Open
Whether it's
24 hours.
a text at 1 a.m., or someone coming into my bedroom at 4 a.m. looking for a Band-Aid. I mean, why not,
Yeah.
right?
Not to mention all the animal care.
So,
Oh, yes.
oh, yes. I think I'll add zookeeper to that.
Sounds
Put that on your
like.
resume.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I mean, there would have been a time when my resume was filled with all sorts of school advocacy things. But certainly lately, it would be one of those situations where you have to completely rewrite your resume when you're repositioning yourself for a different line of work. Because now I feel like I am totally in the employment counselor zone. I have done that over the past few years for not only my kids, but my husband also. I am the one who will scour the internet, who will sign up on all the job boards to get alerts. I will get the emails every day. I will go through them. I will find things that are appropriate for each specific person. I will go onto those websites. I will open up an application. I will make the person sit down and fill it out under my direction. I will help them write their emails and letters. I will coach them for their job interviews. I will transport them to their job interviews. I'm just your full service employment coach. And you know what? When they don't get the job, or when they have an interview and then they never hear again, or when they get the job and it lasts for 3 days and the person says, now I changed my mind, I will be the one who will go out there and complain and gripe and worry and agonize, and they can just go along.
Yeah, just take that right off their plate. They don't have to think about it.
Exactly. From the beginning, from the first glimmer of an idea of a job, all the way through the unpleasant resolution, I am there for you. This is my skill, y'all.
Oh.
And if it turns out well, I will continue to worry that something bad might happen. So you can just merrily go on your way.
You must remain vigilant.
Exactly. And, always have like 3 or 4 jobs. If this one doesn't work out, we can try for this one. Or look at this one. Oh, should we apply for this one? Maybe it's, but no. So I am like a full service 24/7 job getter and worrier about employment counselor for all your needs. Because the other thing I would have on my resume, of course, is that I am all but a professional warrior. I could go pro like that if my writing career falls through.
I'm right behind you there.
My LinkedIn profile would say, think things are going good? Want to know what the downside could possibly be? Tell me your story. I will find 5 or 10 things that are horrible about it. There's always something. Nothing can ever be going well.
No.
So
there's always something in the back of your head.
Do not leave that stone unturned, because
exactly. I have an extremely perceptive ability to hone in on the one possible black cloud in an entirely blue sky.
Optimism at your own risk.
Exactly. I am on it, folks. So
yes.
Look me up. That would be on my parenting LinkedIn profile. And, I can relieve because you'll know somebody's worrying about it, so then you don't have to. I worry and obsess and lay down in dark rooms with a washcloth over my eyes, so you don't have to.
Right.
I perform that service for my family. I could perform it for anybody.
And do they appreciate that service that you perform?
Of course not.
And then you can worry about that. Worry about the fact that they are shockingly unaware or unconcerned about all the things that you're worrying about.
Unappreciative.
Yes.
All my family members constantly, don't worry, stop worrying. Why do you worry so much? It's like, it's what I do. It's who I am. If anybody could monetize worrying, that would be awesome.
That would be,
Yeah, someone needs to come up with an app for that.
Yes, a Patreon page. I will worry.
There you go.
Leave $5 in your worries once a month.
You could go on Fiverr. I'll worry for you.
Yes.
For $10, I will worry for you. Yeah. I think recently, not last week, maybe the week before, I don't know where I saw it, but on Twitter, there was a hashtag that was trending that I thought was kind of funny. Parenting in 5 words or less. And I thought, that's kind of an interesting challenge. And so I was reading through some of the tweets, and I have to admit, I was laughing quite hard. One of my favorites was, "Wait, why is this wet?"
Which could go right along with, "Wait, what is that smell?"
Oh yes, what was that?
What was that noise?
I don't hear anything.
How about, where did I put that?
Yes.
That would be me quite a lot.
So I mean, we're obviously already on a roll because we could think of so much, but I'm just wondering if you have one that particularly comes to mind, or that you could think of to describe your parenting experience.
Mine is, "I love you, stop that." Because I think that's kind of encapsulates,
that
the
is
most
wonderful.
frequently uttered phrases.
Stop that.
Whatever it is you're doing, don't do it. But I still love you.
Yes.
But I still love you. That's a good one. That's 5.
Yeah, that works. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of like a haiku, only just a little shorter.
Yeah. How about you, Terri? Have you got any hashtags to share with us?
Oh, I just thought of another one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Get off that screen now.
That would be what my family would be saying to me, though, probably, too. So
Right.
that works either way.
Yeah.
Put down the sandbox, Mom. I don't know. I would say one of my big parenting mottos is, I will choose my battles.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, that would be 5 words. I think that works for a lot of different things, both with your children and with the outer world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And as we recently said, also, no off switch on worrying would be a parenting motto that I often say. I cannot stop. No, I can't stop worrying, I guess is the way I would say it. But
stop worrying. I can't stop worrying.
Sorry.
Nicole's, yours can be, show me where it hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or, oh no, not another animal.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, no. Here's one. This is the theme of our life.
Yeah.
Where is Dad this week?
Aww. That's kind of sad.
If you knew my family, that's just a frequently uttered phrase.
Aww.
I can almost say that about my own retired parents, because they travel all the time. And,
Right.
and they're always sending, itineraries, or just when we talk on the
Right.
phone. We talk on the phone and they'll say, well, this week we're going here, we're going there, or this one's going that place, that one's going the other place. And then 2 minutes later, I can't remember because
I know, right?
It's too much. I don't know.
Right.
And some of that's work for them. Just saying they're not just like jet setting all over just for fun. So even though they're allegedly retired, there's all kind of
Allegedly retired.
Yes.
Oh, how about this one? Clean up your room.
Now.
How many times have you said that one?
Or clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
Because that is something that I'm always having to, like, a couple of days ago, my son had a couple friends over, and they just left, like, a trail of destruction everywhere they were. And including in the basement, we have a ton of throw pillows and blankets and stuff down there that have migrated there from all over the house. And they moved them for whatever reason. And now they're in a giant pile that's like directly in the walkway, from where if you want to go down in the basement to go on the treadmill or the backup refrigerator that's down there, you have to like step over and around all these pillows.
Oh my.
And for days I've been saying, move the pillows, move the pillows, move the pillows. Or here's another hashtag. What did I ask you? Or what did I tell you?
What did I say?
What did I just say?
Repeat after me.
Yes. Possibly, could you please stop that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although, again, when my kids might use against me
you
as well.
Yeah.
And not wrongly.
Frequently overheard in our house these days. What the bleep is going on?
We can also borrow one from, we were talking, a couple of weeks ago about the big comfy couch. Who made this big mess?
Yeah.
That would be... Yeah, who moved all these stupid pillows?
Have you fed the dog?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
In our case at the moment, have you fed the hedgehog?
That's right. And
Still 5 words.
I would add cats and fish to mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Empty the dishwasher.
Oh, yes.
Oh, just so many.
Just keep
So
coming.
So many things come to mind.
Fit right into that pattern.
Yes. Well,
That the average child attention span is 5 words, so you got to keep it pithy.
yes, exactly. Our pithy parenting motto.
Yeah, there was a parenting theory that I agreed with at one point, that you should, just talk to your child as you would to a dog. Short messages, sharp and unemotional, not mean, but not any emotion in your voice. Just clean that up.
Right.
No anger. Keep it straightforward.
Right.
5 words or less.
Wow.
There you go.
That was fun. Thank you for indulging me.
We'll have to put these on Twitter and see
Yes.
what people think.
And in the meantime, you can hear a new speed round every Wednesday through Friday. Hi, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Parenting Roundabout. We're not one of those podcasts that's trying to sell you websites or mattresses or meal kits. I mean, we totally would, but no one's asked us yet.
There is, however, something you can do that costs you nothing, but will put a little change in our pockets. Listen to our podcast on the Radio Public app. Download the app to your iPhone or Android device and listen to Parenting Roundabout there, and we'll get paid for each listen. Plus a little more if you listen a lot.
We think you'll enjoy listening to all your podcasts on this app, but if you could at least listen to Parenting Roundabout there, we'd be very grateful. Now, back to the episode.
And now we bring you some of the things that we've read or seen or used recently that we want to shout out and share with you. Terri, what do you have?
Well, I saw recently I think I saw it on Facebook and maybe on Twitter also, that The Good Place has created a Chrome extension that will go through any web page you go onto and change any curse words to the Good Place versions. And also it does things like whenever you open a new page, there's a big picture of one of the main characters and some little jokes, and it will from time to time give you a little alert to look away from your screen. It's bad to just be staring at screens all day, and it does a few other things. It's, it's one of these things that sounds like a cute idea and doesn't really do much, and I probably should be horrified by the fact that it can look at all my web pages and change them. There's probably some, demons could have fun with that in ways that would not be good. But for the moment, it's a fun little diversion. If you're a Good Place fan and you like to look at pictures of the characters and little jokes and stuff, it's kind of fun. You can put it on for a while and then take it off. And it's we'll have the link to it in the show notes. But if you go to the Chrome extension page and look, search for The Good Place, you could probably find it. It is, as far as I know, officially done by the show and not by some guy looking to mess with your data.
Very nice. How about you, Nicole?
Oh, I just came across a fun Facebook page this morning. I think I've seen it around before, but didn't really pay attention to the title. But I checked it out. It's called In the Know. So KNOW. And it just has all these different, just sort of random things that are in our world, like kind of gadgets and just kind of, whether it's a flatbread maker machine for your kitchen or a camper that turns into a boat, or it's just all this random stuff that just kind of exists in our world, and they compile it on the page. You can definitely go down a rabbit hole if you're on that page, because there's, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like a compressor and they put like different objects under it, and then it squishes it. It comes down and squishes it.
Is that like they used to do on David Letterman when they ran over things with a steamroller?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah,
I was thinking, throwing things off of 5
stars in the days.
Yeah, so it's just all this random stuff that is definitely for purely entertainment value. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, go and it might, there might be some marketing involved there, but it's more just for like, did you know that this exists? Did you know that this is available? So it's kind of a fun page to go through.
Nice.
And little time taker if you have some spare time when you're not parenting and telling your kids to clean up the cushions.
That could happen, sure. Goodness. We're speaking theoretically.
Well, and mine is an article in National Geographic, which is available online, and actually there's a huge package that is worth checking out online. It's called The Story of a Face, and it is about a young woman who gets a face transplant. And it is just an amazing story, wonderfully told. This writer, a writer and a photographer, basically spent 2 years with this family, kind of before and after this transplant, and it really gets into just how it all happened. And these parents are just amazing that they put their lives on hold completely to care for this child, or young woman. I think she was 18 when the accident happened, that caused her injuries, and it's just a really moving and powerful story. And then online they have a couple animations, they have lots of videos, they have tons of pictures, and so you got to like spend some time with it, but it's just incredibly well done and moving, but also upsetting at the same time, because of the extent of the injuries that this person was dealing with. But anyway, it's on National Geographic, and it's all, there's no paywall or anything. It's all there for your review. So,
cool.
Yeah, recommend it.
All right.
Good.
And now for our final segment today, we're going to do a little shameless self-promotion and direct you to some things on our sites that we think you should take a look at. I have been continuing my one blog post a week under pressure of having mentioned it on the podcast campaign, and I'm still keeping it up. You'll see that there's new stuff there, and I shall try to do so again on Monday or thereabouts somewhere, as whenever I remember that I promised to have one. Catherine, what do you got this week?
Well, I'm still waiting for a series of pieces that I did for highlights to come out, so that I can mention those, because
come on, highlights.
I know, come on,
move them along.
But
we're trying to give you publicity here.
But instead, I will just mention my personal Instagram, because our time with Rory the hedgehog is coming to an end. So if you want to be able to see Rory, you should probably check my Instagram. And I have highlighted all the times that he was in my Insta story. I saved as a highlight so that those will not disappear. So, yes.
Very cool.
Oh, Rory.
You
hardly knew you.
Mm-hmm.
Time is wasted.
Will you be happy to have your hedgehog custodianship come to an end?
Well, it's a very good news, bad news kind of thing. I mean, there's certain aspects of it that are just kind of gross and smelly, but otherwise, he is kind of fun to take pictures of and watch him walk around and roll around in his ball. So,
Aw.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Was it like pressure and concern that if something happened to him while he was under your roof,
that was a worry.
There would be social repercussions for your son?
Absolutely, that was a concern, and so it'll be nice to be free of that at this point.
Does it have to go to a different person every holiday, or might you have it as a house guest again?
I don't think we'll get it again, because my son won't have that teacher anymore. So, yeah.
Aww.
Someone else will get it for Christmas vacation or whatever.
Is your son now going to ask to get a hedgehog of his own?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it would be easier than an alpaca, so...
Yeah. Hashtag the answer is still no.
Hey, that's a very good one. Nicole, what do you got this week?
Brookes Publishing has just put out their yearly inclusion calendar, and it's a beautiful calendar, lovely images and graphics, and each month has a tip or a quote or some sort of information about inclusive education from various people who are involved in inclusive education, and I'm thrilled to be part of that calendar this year. So I can't remember exactly what month I am, but I'm in there, as well as our podcasting friend Amanda Morin. She's also on she's in the calendar as well. So yeah, you can download it at the Brookes Inclusion Lab, and or I believe you can even, I think if you email them, or you can get an actual copy sent in the mail. So check it out. It's lovely and nice to hang on your wall. Beautiful pictures, and a good reminder that inclusion is important.
And Nicole's phone number appears on her page so that you can call her with your inclusion questions anytime, day or night.
24/7.
We wish.
She's on duty.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Parenting Roundabout. We hope you enjoyed it and that you'll join us every week. You can listen to podcast episodes on Radio Public or download them from Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe so that you get all of our podcasts and mini podcasts.
You can also follow us on Twitter, where I am at Nicole Erdix, Catherine is at C. Haleko, and Terri is at Momitude. You can also follow the podcast on Twitter at Roundabout Chat, and look for us on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, YouTube, and Instagram too.
Best of all, stop by our podcast page at parentingroundabout.com and read recaps, find links on everything we've mentioned, and talk back in the comments. Thanks to John Morin at johnjmorin.com for providing our in and out music. And I wish everyone a great week.